And hello and welcome. I am back on my realm here and I have a new build here to show you. I figured out how to make a laser gate. So basically what this is you can't walk through it unless you flip the switch. And then it turns off all the beacons and you can pass right through. And I can jump into creative and show you guys how to do it. Alright. Join in my super flat world, my bedrock world, and here we are. So basically I have this one up above the ground here as I was experimenting with it and kind of figuring out some different ways to do it. Basically how this works is you get a fence gate, sorry, and every time you activate it, it opens and shuts. That's pretty normal. But the trick is the hitbox doesn't change when you're standing on it. Say one of them is open and one of them is closed. You can walk over the open one, but if you line yourself up here, it gives you the little bump. So then that means you can't actually fit through a too high gap. Alright, so this is how we build it. We find our ground level. We mark out where we want our gates. Clear out some space. And then you're going to want to get a couple of redstone repeaters, 6 of them if you're in survival. You're going to want to basically power them any which way and get something there. And then under that is where you're going to want to have some sticky pistons. This is optional. This is only if you're going to do the beacon part of it, but I find the beacon part of it to be super cool. Oops, that one needs to go back a block. So you need to give the piston enough space to push a block over to deactivate the beacon. You can use any solid block you want there. I'm just going to use crimson plank. Clear out a little bit more space. And then you're going to want to line those up with repeaters. Cool. So now you have 2 repeating lines kind of headed towards the middle, is how I like to put it. This is where it gets interesting. This is where you can kind of build it how you want, but since I'm on bedrock version, I'm going to be using this sticky piston method. Basically, it inverts the redstone signal. So I'm going to go down here, down a couple blocks. I'm on a super flat world, so I can't really do too much. But basically, you need to make it so the piston, so I'm going to actually have that go up a block. And like that. So basically now the piston can't actually move. And what this allows you to do is put a redstone signal on the top and say power it. And that would cause this torch here to change. It's just a weird thing with Bedrock. This actually doesn't work on Java at all. As you see, when they're attached right now, they're on, but if you put a redstone signal to it, they turn off. So that's kind of an interesting little mechanic. And for some reason, that's actually not firing off my side here. Let's see if we can't get it to go now. Perfect. So now we kind of have the basic understanding on how we're going to do that. I'm going to move this over one more block. Sorry if you're building it along with me. And oops, that's why you don't do it like that. Make sure you turn off any signals. That way you don't get pushed around. So you do a little bit of something like that. Make sure the sticky piston can't move. And now we can actually switch over to wool. which you can use any block, but I'm going to use wool because it's easy to hide. And that's going to be that. Now you can put a lever. On this. That should cause your contraption to fire. Oops. Make sure all your redstone's connected. Alright, so now that you have that all lined up. The last step here before you do a bit too much is set your beacons. You don't have to have full power beacons or anything like that for this. You really only need the bottom layer just so you can get the beam to go up. I'm going to use emerald blocks because in survival, that's what I use. And so we have to line up the center with this. So this will be the first beacon. And then you're going to want to make ample space so you can actually get the beacons to fire off. And I'm going to grab beacons as well. I think I'm done with the lever here. So that middle one should go off. Now once I add a layer here, that one should go off. And add the layer here. And that one should go off. Perfect. So basically now you just need to cover it all up. And I choose to use carpet because that's actually what you have to use to walk over it, but I like to have it around it just so everything matches. And I'm going to have a little wool wall here, and then a fake piece of redstone that actually doesn't do anything. And carpet it all up. You can put carpet right on the redstone, that's not going to hurt it. You can put it right up there, it's not going to hurt it. And cover that up. Alright, so now the last part is you need to put a slab on the top. You can use any types of slab that you'd like. I like the way that smooth quartz looks, so that's the one I'm going to use. Operation of this machine is dead simple. If you can use a door, you can use this machine. Right now I can't go in, flip it, watch all those go away. Sometimes it doesn't update right away. That's totally okay. But that's the finished product. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you like and subscribe and leave a comment at the bottom if you like the video.